they play a key role in the universe as we know it. They can actually also help with the process of pollination. Of course, there are a lot more other key players that come into this. But of all of those key players, it's the butterfly that appears to be the most attractive to the eye. It has the most pull. There's a reason why many mark their bodies in reverence of a butterfly. Because there's such a beauty that is attached to such a visage. Now, the butterfly hasn't always been beautiful. In fact, before the butterfly became, it couldn't even fly. And the beginning stages of a butterfly doesn't appear lovely in the eyes of men. And in fact, it can cause a certain disgust within the souls of many when looking at one. But a process of transformation, or a better term is metamorphosis. A process must take place for this to happen. Very similar to the ego, but the ego just gets greater and better in time, whereas the butterfly becomes something completely different. Now, the similarity is having to seclude itself in the process of metamorphosization. It's the separate part. It's the having to change, having to do something different, having to go within an uncomfortable situation, having to go through some type of intense transition. Yeah. The butterfly. So, the butterfly starts as a caterpillar. And when we look at a caterpillar doesn't look all that attractive. If you look very close, it looks something very creepy. It is likened to all of the creepy creatures of this world. But when it's in that stage, it just crawls around and it looks for food and it eats, and it seems like nothing is happening. It's not doing nothing. It's like all they're doing is just eating. And it seems like there's no sense of purpose, no purpose. And what's interesting is that not every caterpillar that you see will become a butterfly. Some caterpillars die as a caterpillar, never getting to see the end result. So the caterpillar, it goes around eating everything it needs to eat to sustain its life, so that it could end up being that creature to behold. So once they get to a certain spot, they get bigger, and something happens within the body. Similarly to puberty, something happens to the body. Things start to happen. And the caterpillars are wise. They know when something is getting ready to change. Or they know when something's getting ready to shift within their lives. And they prepare themselves. So they'll gather the items that they need to gather. And somehow they'll create a cocoon. The cocoon is their resting space. After doing all of this eating, they now have to rest. They now have to rest. Then after a certain amount of time, the cocoon has to break, or they have to break through the cocoon. Once they break past this cocoon, and this portion of their life is successful, they will now become the infamous butterfly, a creature that the world loves. But the world doesn't always recognize the starting point of this creature. But I believe that there's a lot of caterpillars out there in the world that is looking to become butterflies. And in some cases, the eating of the leaves, the eating of the different things, this can be a symbolic for us learning certain things. So sometimes we just gotta learn everything that we need to do. Learn that everything that we need to learn. Process this, right? Being in the place of metamorphosis, or just separating yourselves from different ideologies and different doctrines and becoming what you learn. So that when it's time for you to break out and go out into this world, you can be that butterfly that will change the lives of many and touch the hearts of many. One thing about the butterfly can be seen all over the world. So in the same way, people who are looking to be a butterfly can be known all over the world. But what takes place in the caterpillar stages matters. So I want to encourage someone to learn everything that you need to learn. Don't be afraid of the caterpillar status. Not everybody may like the beginning stages. Or maybe it doesn't seem like to people you are attractive in that moment. But when it's time for you to break out of the cocoon and fly, those days will be the best. Nonetheless, I want to leave you on this note. The beginning is just the starting point. It's never the end. Until next time, stay tuned.